Hello guys and welcome to another episode of the Car Doc. Now I was here very recently showing off my BMW M135i. Now that car is now gone because it wasn't very fun, and I figured that the car that I really wanted was something like this. Not just any 86 GTS, but the 86 GTS Facelift, which has a few interesting changes to make it a little bit better for the driver, and just there's some exterior changes that make it a bit more aggressive. Let's have a look. Now, obviously the 86 has been around for about 10 years, came out in 2012, and this car, the Facelift, was a model year 17 change. Now you'll notice if you know your 86s or BRZs that the front end is a lot more aggressive. It's got these new parts here, it's got the new LED lights, it's got some new 17-inch wheels that are spec'd on the GTS model, and coming round to the side we've got this optional wing which is only on the newer models, which looks really, really good. And again at the back we've got some new LED tail lights which look fantastic, and it's finished in this lovely metallic grey colour that sparkles in the sun. Now that's not the only place they've made differences, there's actually some interior changes as well. The steering wheel's got some cool buttons on it and it just looks a little bit better, you know, it just looks a little bit more upmarket. Now this is never going to win any prizes for the interior, but you know, it's a nice place to sit, it's a nice place to be in. More importantly, it's a performance focused car. Now that's enough for me talking about this car. Let's go for a drive and go in depth about why I bought this car, what's cool about it, and what my plans are for the future. I'm really happy to have bought this car, and it's been a lot of fun. It's lived up to my expectations already. You know, I've taken it onto an autocross 2 days into owning it, which is a bit silly because the tires weren't quite there, and you know, but it was fun and the car did really, really well. But you know, let's go for a drive and let me explain to you why I bought this car, the differences between the pre-facelift and this one, the facelift, and what I plan to do with the car in the coming months and years. The Toyota 86 is a car that is adored by many for various good reasons, such as being incredibly easy to drive, it's really, really unintimidating, and it's really, really fun. It's just so fun, honestly, like, and the piped in sound, like, this is just cool. Like, some people really hate that fake piped in noise, but you know, this engine is relatively rough. It doesn't really sound that good on its own, so having a little bit of acoustic help from this artificial pipe, you know, I'm okay with it. Some people hate it. If you don't like it, you can just tune it out. But for me, it just makes the car feel a little bit quicker, a little bit more exciting. Even just, you know, taking a roundabout. Every roundabout is just extremely entertaining. And you know what? It doesn't feel slow. You know, to me, it doesn't feel slow. It feels perfectly adequate for a car of this size, especially in Australia where you can't really speed. You find yourself, you know, running out of steam. And when I had the BMW M135i, you put your foot down, the automatic gearbox would take care of the rest of it, and then your fun would be over, which, you know, what's the fun in that? Whereas in this car, you have a lovely 6-speed gearbox which keeps you feeling very connected to the motoring experience. You've got this lovely flat 4 engine which produces 205 horsepower and begs you to rev it because all the power is between 5,000 and 7,000 RPM. Now, don't get me wrong, there is that obvious flat spot which is about 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. It feels like the car just decides to stop accelerating, which, you know, isn't ideal if you're trying to make progress. But the point is, you're meant to keep this car in the top end of the rev range to have fun with it. Now the steering is light and communicative for an electronic rack. This feels really, really good. Its road holding is good considering that the tires are so skinny, which was the point of the car in the first place, to make it more entertaining at safer speeds. It's been said that if you drive this car in the wet, which I haven't done yet because it's Australia and it's always sunny, that you'll find out that the car's a little bit snappy, a little bit skittish on the edge because there isn't really that much rubber in contact with the road. But again, adds to the feeling of fun in this car. The seating position is perfect, low down. The pedals are perfectly spaced apart so you can do what we call heel and toe, which is rev matching to create more progress in the way you get round a corner. It's better for the engine and it helps you to stop judgering. The manual box is well placed, the shift is short and delicious, and the steering is just lovely. So all around it's a fantastic car. Now, why did I buy this car? Well, I wanted something that I could really get my teeth into as a project that had readily available parts and wasn't expensive to modify. Now, there's a few things I'm going to do to this car. I'm going to modify the engine in that I'm going to get a tune, I'm going to get some headers, that is to free up the exhaust, and we're going to try and run the car on something called E85, which is an ethanol-based fuel. It's 85% petrol and the other 15% is ethanol. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get some cool wheels on the car, we're going to make it track focused, and we're just going to see how far we can push this. And I'm going to get stuck into different groups. I'm going to go to drift events, autocrosses, track days, and I'm going to just show you guys what it's like to own a Toyota 86, get it modified, make it a bit quicker, and importantly, have lots and lots of fun. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, follow me, because there's some interesting things to come. Cheers.